Make sure to wear your safety glasses.
You want to use a stencil to outline the shape of this mind game onto the wood.
Make sure it doesn't move. If the board is too long, you might want to cut off some of it so you have more room to work.
After the drill press, you have to file the holes down so there's no wood inside.
The way I did it, the way I did it, I was lining up the way. It's also because the sand is amazing. But if they don't line up, like if they go like that, if they're like, if they go like, so that's how I was lining them up. Yeah, they turned out pretty great, I think. For a first one. What is that, 6 and then it started splitting. See, that still looks like it's right. And then it's either this one that's lopsided.
And if you feel like you need to sand down any other edges after you're done with the drill press, just go ahead and sand those down.
Yeah, that one's not the right size. So do you still have the square, Nate? What? Do you still have
So we're on the miter saw. We're trying to make this cut. Vertical bandsaw. We're trying to make this cut, so you got to keep your cut line level to the cut you're going to make. So you want to wait until the blade gets to full speed. You use a push block, push it through. We're going to shut that off. Wait till the blade comes to a full stop before we take anything out. And always make sure keep your fingers 4 inches away from any moving parts. So that's come to a full stop. Now we can remove that.
Yeah. What you want to do next is if it's all rough around the edges, you want to sand it with the vertical sander. You might want to round off the edges so you'll use the table sander.
So we're going to use the disc sander here to round off some of these edges. Just like before, don't sand in one same area, moving it around, don't never sand in the center.
It should look like this when you're done.
Make sure you get all the edges when you're sanding. So now we're on the drill press, and what you always want to make sure you do on the drill press is have a board on the bottom here so the drill doesn't drill through into the table.
Make sure it's a 3/16 inch drill.
So we're going to drill in these holes, alright? But make sure it's a 3/16 drill bit, alright? So now we're going to use the check key here to unlock the quill so we can put the drill bit in. You can use this lever here by twisting it, and you can adjust it to the specified drill bit size. Alright, but when you're putting a drill bit in here, you want to make sure that you don't have the drill bit on the rivets. You want to just make sure it's right above the steel. Alright? Or else it could badly damage the drill bit. So now what we want to do after we have all the drill bit in there is we want to take the chuck key again and lock all of the knobs in the coil. Now what we want to do is just make sure there's no wobble in the drill. So we're going to turn it on really quick. There's no wobble, so we're going to shut it off. Alright, so now we have to fix, so we have to use this depth gauge on here to fix it. So it goes, so the drill goes down about a little halfway through the piece of wood here. So now we're going to have to lift the table. You do that by unlocking it first and twisting it up. Alright? As you can see here, it'll do that. So what I'm going to do, just take it down a couple degrees on the depth gauge. Alright? Look at it again. That's how far it's going to go. Alright? That is how far it's just going to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's nice and supported. And we're going to drill these holes. Alright? We're going to try and keep our fingers at least 4 inches away from moving parts. So what we want to do is just make sure the drill bit goes nice and easy, nice and slow, so it doesn't burn the wood when you're drilling. Make sure you hold it nice and sturdy. It doesn't wiggle. Done. Alright, so now after we're done sanding and drilling and all that, we're going to take a nice wet rag like this, alright? We're just going to go with the grain. Try and get that nice and soaked into the wood there. Alright? We're going to do that on all the edges. Try and get it nicely soaked into the wood. On all sides and edges and all that jazz. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take 280 grit sandpaper, right? We're just going to hand sand that with the grain. Cannot stress that enough, with the grain. As good as you can. You're going to want to do that on all sides of the block. Make that nice and smooth there. With the grain, remember that. With the grain. Stop in like 5 seconds.
Now what you want to do next after your wood is all cut and sanded and the holes are drilled in it is you want to take vegetable oil and a rag and just dab the vegetable oil onto the wood with the grain. Make sure that's off to the side. Then you're going to fold the rag and just cover this up and just do that. And we're going to just take this and just rub it with the grain. Make sure it's all covered really nice. You're going to take this and you're just going to dab this in so it gets all over the wood, and then you're going to rub it in. Make sure to get all the edges while doing this. I'm just going to take a little bit more.